எதுக்கு அந்த நவீன் பேக்ரவுண்ட் அங்கே வேண்டாமே? இந்த பேக்ரவுண்ட் வரும்போது அதுவும் போட்டா உனக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? இதெல்லாம் என்ன வந்து கேட்குறா, நவீன்ஸ் பேக்ரவுண்ட் போட்டுமா சார்? இப்போ இது வச்சா அது வருமா? எங்க பார்த்துருக்கீங்க நீங்க எல்லாத்தையும்? ஐயோ கடவுளே, எதுக்கு இந்த போட்டோ போட்டிருக்காங்க? ஜி அம்மா அதெல்லாம் வேறம்மா. இப்ப கோச்சின்னு போறான்ல, இதெல்லாம் சரி பண்ணாம பண்ணது தப்பா இருக்கா இல்லையா? அப்புறம் ஏன் இப்ப என்ன ஏன் அப்படி பண்றாங்க? சரி விடு, எனக்கு என்னப்பா எங்க
சரி யுவர் லைவ் சார்.
அம்மா
யுவர் லைவ்.
Hello, sir. Welcome, sir.
Hello. Yeah, welcome. How are you? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. So last time we are met in Siegen demo day la mola meet பண்ணிருக்கோம் sir.
ஆமா. How are you?
Fine. So dear students, very good evening. This is Saktivel, field coordinator, entrepreneurs development, Anna University, Chennai. So we are conducting a program called IGNNOVATE to promote the entrepreneurship opportunity among the students all over the Tamil Nadu. So we are conducting series of program for stream wise, like department wise. So last week we are conducting the programs for only for CSE IT students. So this week we are conducting for the civil and structural engineering students. So today we have Dr. R. Kumar sir. He is a founder and CMD of Naveen Housing Properties Private Limited. So he is from Naveen Groups. He is also a alumni of the prestigious institution College of Engineering, Gindi, University. So thank you, sir. So thank you, sir, joining with us, sir. Sir, do you have any PPT, sir? To present the PPT?
No, I'm not making any PPT.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. You can start, sir. You can start. Actually, ma'am is in a meeting, sir. She will join soon, sir. Mahalakshmi will join soon.
Okay. Now students are online, or who are they coming? They will ask questions, right?
Yes, 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 sir. They will ask question via the chat rooms and
So you
unmute
will be
them.
asking those questions to me, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Because I want this to be very interactive.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Only question answer session can bring the best out of me, because that's where interest comes, and whatever they have, I am asking them to put those questions before the panel.
Okay.
So you can forward those questions. You ask those questions to me. I will answer the questions. Okay. Um, so happy evening, students. I'm so very happy to be in front of you, being an alumni of College of Engineering Guindy. I also studied my B in Salem Engineering College. So it was a long, long time back. So they asked me to talk about startup opportunities in construction industry. And first thing, there is one thing which I like to say. You are going to, all of you are trying to be entrepreneurs. You want to have your own startups and you want to do. The first thing, first lesson is from this webinar itself. There is a difference between a webinar and a seminar. A seminar, what is the difference is, webinar, you will have to discipline yourself. You will have to be there. There will be a lot of distractions in a webinar. You will be at home, wherever you are, you will be attending this webinar. There will be a lot of distractions to you from home friend or from your friends, whatever it is. Whereas in a seminar, you will be disciplined by the people who organize the seminar. So if you are going to be an innovator, you are going to be an entrepreneur, you will have to discipline yourselves. You will have to take care of your own discipline, and make sure that you get the best out of whatever efforts you make. So similarly, it's your responsibility to make the best out of this webinar by attending to this, and also asking the right questions, whatever you have. I'll try to clarify first. And second, we are talking about construction industry. This construction industry is a very large industry, which has got the in 2020, the value of the construction industry across the world is $10.3 trillion. $10.3 trillion. One dollar is equal to about 75 rupees, and 1 trillion is 1 lakh crore. So you can convert into rupees. I cannot understand. I like to convert into rupees or understand only in dollars. So this is the size of the industry. But all these statistics and all those things, I'm not going to talk too much about. I am, because I'm not a teacher. Let me tell you, I'm not a teacher. I'm not going to take classes for you, or I'm not going to put you through a PPT. I don't have a PPT. I'm going to just talk to you. I'm going to share my thoughts and experiences with you. I'm not going to teach you anything. So there is no PPT. Later on, probably if you want, you can now listen to me. Later on, you can see the YouTube video. If you want to have, if you have any doubts to get clarified, you can go back to the YouTube video later on, and then get the information what you need, or anything, your recap, you can get it from there. At the moment, just listen to me, and maybe whatever questions you have, please ask, so that I can answer those questions. So what is the difference between teaching and what I am trying to do? Actually, what is happening, I saw some of the some webinars conducted on this subject in elsewhere. And maybe whatever questions you have, please ask, so that I can answer those questions. So, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, what's happening when I try to teach, what I am trying to do is, I am trying to create stereotypes. I am trying to put you into a course, put you in a direction, and try to make you a stereotype of me. You will become, when I try to teach, do this way, do this way, do this way, what happens? It is actually constricting you. Education, learning should not constrict you, it should open you up. It should bring the best out of you. It should kindle your thinking. It should kindle the the process of thinking. Your mind, your horizon should expand. That is the purpose of education. So if I give you a PPT and then step-by-step process as to how to do your startup, then I am actually trying to constrict your thinking. I am trying to take you through a channel. I am trying to create stereotypes. This is the problem with education system should not create stereotypes, because each one of you is unique. Each one of you is very, very differently made. You have your own ideas, your own thoughts. So whatever I am trying to talk today should be able to kindle your thoughts, should be able to motivate you, should be able to bring out the best in you, should open you up into glorious possibilities which each one of you uniquely possess. So this is what I'm trying to do, to bring the potential, immense potential in each of you as individuals. And first thing let me tell you, do not try to copy anybody. There are a lot of successful models in front of you in even the startup or across the industry. You will have a lot of idols, you will have a lot of models, role models to follow. But please do not copy anybody. Don't go by what is structurally handed down to you. Understand these things, take these ideas, think in your own way. Let the models or the role models inspire you. Don't try to copy them. Let them inspire you and find your own path. As an entrepreneur, as a startup, when you want to do your own business or you want to chart your own course, you must chart your own course. It should not be a beaten track. So there are see, what are startups? Startups, again, entrepreneurship again can be on a beaten track. Okay, my father was a contractor, grandfather was a contractor, I too can become a contractor. That's a beaten track. Or startup can be a completely new idea, innovative. So where do you want to be? Are you going to innovate? Are you going to be a new model? So this is what you should be doing. And one more thing, maybe I will mix when I speak. I will also use Tamil because Tamil is the language. அது ரொம்ப பெருமையா இருக்கணும். தமிழ் வந்து ஒரு, இப்போ நான் படிக்கிறேன், இத்தனை காலத்துக்கு அப்புறம் இப்போ உட்காந்து நான் திருக்குறள் படிக்கிறேன். அது ரொம்ப பெருமையா நினைக்கிறேன். ஏன்னா படிக்கிற போதுதான் தெரியறது இந்த தமிழ் மொழியில வந்து எவ்வளவு சிறப்பு இருக்கு. எல்லாருக்கும் தமிழ் தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் இல்லையா? தமிழ்நாட்டு மாணவர்கள் தான், அதனால பெரும்பாலானவர்களுக்கு தமிழ் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அது வந்து இந்த திருக்குறள் படிக்கிறேன். அது முக்கியமான ஒன்று சொல்லிடுறேன். எல்லாரும் திருக்குறள் படிக்கணும். திருக்குறள்னா இப்போ வந்து ரொம்ப அந்த காலத்துல பரிமேல் அழகர் உரைன்லாம் இருக்கு. அதுல வந்து நம்மளுடைய வாழ்க்கை முறைகள் என்னன்னா, இந்த எஜுகேஷன் கூட என்ன பண்ணணும்னா நம்மளை நெறிப்படுத்தணும். நம்மளுடைய எப்படி நம்ம வந்து வாழணும், whatever, நம்ம வந்து ஆண்டர்பிரனரா இருக்க போறோமா, நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் அப் பண்ண போறோமா, whatever way, how are we going to live our life, how are we going to succeed in whatever attempt நம்ம பண்றோம், whatever attempts we make, அதை வந்து நெறிப்படுத்திக்கணும். Especially when you want to be an entrepreneur, especially you want to have a startup, you must discipline yourself. You must be able to measure your steps. You must be able to monitor your own self. அது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். இன்னொன்று வந்து there is no easy way out. Now I'm just giving certain philosophies first of all. ஏன்னா எல்லாராலையும் வந்து everybody is not an entrepreneur. Kindly understand. Everybody is not an entrepreneur. இந்த entrepreneurship வந்து சில பேருக்கு வரும், சில பேருக்கு வராது. முதல்ல அது பார்க்கணும். அதாவது it has to come naturally. We can motivate, we can kindle those kind of tendencies in you, we can give you the direction. அது வந்து it has to come from within you. Okay, so and for startups there is no easy way out. எப்படி பண்ணலாம் இந்த மாதிரி சார் என்ன சார் சொல்றீங்க, what is that we can do, how to start, what to do, 1 step 2 step 3 step 4 எல்லாம் போட்டுக்கலாம். இதெல்லாம் ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் கொடுக்கும். ஆனா there is no easy way out. There are no structures, no blueprint, nothing ready. You have to chart your own course. You have to draw inspiration from your predecessors. அவங்கள என்ன பண்ணினாங்கன்னு you can draw. In the worldwide, lot of entrepreneurship irundhirukku, lot of startups. You know, innovative நம்ம வந்து இப்ப இருக்கிற ஸ்டார்ட்அப்ஸ்லாம் வந்து exploded. Some of those are explosive successes. இப்ப நீங்க எடுத்துங்க Facebook, WhatsAppல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சு Airbnb, lot of such startups வந்து was they are all explosive successes. So நீங்க வந்து draw inspiration from these things. Don't just follow a beaten track. That's what I want to say. Now, another question, first of all, why should do a startup? Why not I just go for a job? படிச்சுட்ட ஒரு இன்ஜினியரிங் முடிச்சாச்சு, ஒரு ஆர்கிடெக்சரல் டிகிரி வந்துருந்தா, I'll get a job, settle in life, be peaceful. That is a choice, yes. But I'll tell you, when you are an entrepreneur, see, நம்ம எல்லாரும் ஒரு ஃபேமிலியை சப்போர்ட் பண்ணிடுறோம். ஒரு நம்மளுக்கு வேலைக்கு போய் சம்பாதிச்சோம்னா we support one family which is our own family. அதுவும் 2 பேர் இப்போ சம்பாதிச்சா அதை சப்போர்ட் பண்ண முடியுது. ஹஸ்பண்ட் வேலைக்கு போய் ஒய்ஃப் வேலைக்கு போனால் தான் அந்த ஃபேமிலியை சஸ்டைன் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஆல், அவ்வளோதான். பட் when you are an entrepreneur, when you make your own startup, you can benefit multiple number of families. So many families will outlive because of you. They will get their job. Probably you are creating a system, you are creating an ecosystem wherein many people will survive, many people will find their employment, they will find the expression of their talents. Probably they will get solutions through your entrepreneurship. So many people will benefit. So you will benefit a larger segment of the society than just a family. ஓகே, செல்ஃபிஷ்னஸே இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. முதல்ல நம்ம வந்து நமக்கு மட்டுமே பார்த்துக்க முடியாது, நம்ம அட்லீஸ்ட் நம்ம ஃபேமிலியை பார்த்துக்கிறோம். அங்கதான் பிகினிங் ஆஃப் செல்ஃப்லெஸ்னஸ். அதுவும் செல்ஃபிஷ்னஸ் சொல்லலாம், பட் அட்லீஸ்ட் அவர் ஓன் ஃபேமிலியை நம்ம வந்து when we are taking care. Now when you can take care of more people, why should you stop with your family? அப்பதான் வந்து you can support more families than your own family. Then அவங்க வந்து it's a wonderful opportunity for each one of us. நம்மலாம் we are all born in this world. சும்மா நம்ம ஃபேமிலி மட்டும் நம்மளது மட்டும் பார்த்துட்டு போயிட்டு இருக்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ரொம்ப மினிமம் ப்ரொடக்டிவிட்டி, மினிமம் எஃபர்ட்டு. அதில் வந்து பெரிய ஒரு சந்தோஷம் கிடையாது. இஃப் யூ ஸ்டார்ட் யுவர் ஓன் என்டர்பிரைஸ் அண்ட் தென் ரியலி மேக் எ பிக் மார்க், யூ சப்போர்ட் மெனி ஃபேமிலிஸ். நமக்கு ஒரு ஜாப் கிடைக்கிறது பட் நிறைய பேருக்கு we are providing jobs. அது வந்து ஒரு பெரிய இம்மென்ஸ் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷன். தெர் இஸ் அ பர்பஸ். நம்ம வந்து இந்த உலகத்தில் பிறந்திருக்கோம் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து it serves a greater purpose than just our family. So all of us should strive to make the best use of our own selves. God has created each one of us uniquely, and we have our own talents, we have our own strengths, we have our own weaknesses. It is for us to find out what is our strength and then use it to the full potential has to be realized so that the world can benefit. முதல்ல அது புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். அந்த அப்ரோச் வந்து நமக்கு வந்து இருந்ததுன்னா then you are worthwhile born in this world. ஸோ நம்மளால என்ன செய்ய முடியும் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து நம்ம ஒருத்தரும் பண்ண வேண்டிய விஷயம். ஸோ ஸ்டார்ட் அப் பண்ணணுங்கிறது வந்து என்னுடைய ஆம்பிஷன் இருக்கலாம். எல்லாரும் ஆண்டர்பிரனர் ஆக முடியுமா? முடியாது. அதுக்காக வந்து கவலைப்பட வேண்டாம். சில பேரால முடியலன்னா ஏன்னா எல்லாருமே ஆண்டர்பிரனர் இருந்தால் யார் தான் வேலை செய்வாங்க? அதனால கண்டிப்பா வந்து God has created only certain people with such extraordinary qualities. We'll have to search. நம்ம வந்து ஒரு டைரக்ஷன்ல போனோம், அதுல வந்து நமக்கு ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஷிப் இருக்காது. ப்ராப்ளி வேற ஒரு டைரக்ஷன்ல போனா நம்ம வந்து சில பேரால ஹேண்ட் ஒர்க் நிறைய பண்ண முடியும். They can work hard. Some people can only use intellect and do certain works. ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு விதமான டேலண்ட் இருக்கும். அந்த டைரக்ஷன்ல போனா அவங்க ஆண்டர்பிரினரா வந்து they can blossom. ஸோ யார் சொன்னாங்க, இவங்க சொன்னாங்க இதை பண்ணலாம், அவங்க சொன்னாங்க இது பண்ணலாம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் வந்து என்ன தெரியுமா, பணம் சம்பாதிக்கிறதுக்காக ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் அப்படின்னு ஆரம்பிக்காதீங்க. தட் இஸ் நாட் தி பர்பஸ் ஆஃப் எ ஸ்டார்ட் அப். ப்ளீஸ் ப்ளீஸ் ட்ரில் இட் டவுன் இன் யுவர் ஹெட். என்னத்துக்கு சார் நான் ஒரு பிசினஸ் ஆரம்பிச்சீங்க, காசு சம்பாதிக்கிறது, பணம் சம்பாதிக்கிறதுக்காக ஆரம்பிச்சேன் சார்? நோ, தட் இஸ் நாட் த வே யூ ஷுட். அப்ப என்ன ஆகும், என்ன வேணா பணம் சம்பாதிக்கிறதுக்கு தான் பர்பஸ்னா என்ன பண்ணலாம், என்ன வேணா பண்ணலாம். அது வந்து தட் இஸ் நாட் த அப்ஜெக்டிவ். அது வந்து சைட் பை ப்ராடக்ட். மணி இஸ் a by product. It will come on its own. Don't worry. You focus on your passion. Do you have, first of all, என்னன்னா, if you want to have a startup, fundamentally முதல் கேள்வி நமக்கு, do you have an idea? Do you have some good idea? Do you have a solution? அதாவது there are problems in this world, lot of problems in this world. அந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ்க்கு do I have a solution? This is the problem I observe. People are இதுக்கு ஸ்ட்ரகிள் பண்றாங்க, இதை வந்து அவங்களால ஈஸியா பண்ண முடியல, இதுக்கு வந்து இட் டேக்ஸ் லாட் ஆஃப் டைம் அண்ட் எஃபர்ட். இதுக்கு வந்து நான் ஒரு மெத்தட் கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கேன், இப்படி செஞ்சா திஸ் கேன் பி டன் மோர் எஃபிஷியன்ட்லி, இட் கேன் பி டன் மோர் ப்ரொடக்டிவ்லி, இட் கேன் பி டன் மோர் பியூட்டிஃபுல்லி. தேர் குட் பி செவரல் திங்ஸ் விச் ஆர் பாசிபிள். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி டு ஹேவ் an ஐடியா. அதோட இல்லை, ஐடியா மட்டும் இருந்தால் போதாது. டு ஹேவ் பேஷன் டு ஃபாலோ இட்? டு ஹேவ் த டிரைவ்? டு யூ ஹேவ் த டிட்டர்மினேஷன் to grind through the trials and tribulations? இத்தனையும் வேணும் ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஷிப்புக்கு. நீங்க ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ஆரம்பிக்கணும்னா முதல்ல நமக்கு வந்து ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு ஐடியா புதுசா இருக்கணும், ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு ஐடியாவா இருக்கணும். அது வந்து ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் கொடுக்கணும். மக்களுடைய தேவைகள் எத்தனையோ இருக்கும், எத்தனையோ இந்த எந்த ஃபீல்ட்ல இருந்தாலும் இது பொருந்தும். முதல்ல நான் வந்து பொதுவான விஷயங்கள் சொல்றேன், எந்த ஃபீல்ட்ல இருந்தாலும் இது பொருந்தும். Can you do you have the determination to withstand trials and tribulations? இது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் ஆஃப் an entrepreneur. நம்மளால தாக்கு பிடிக்க முடியுமா? Can we go the entire length of the journey? ஏன்னா it's not easy. Startup is not easy. It's very very tough. And இன்னொன்னு சொல்றேன், the startup ecosystem world வந்து today is, it's very very beautiful, very very nice, which in those days we didn't have so much opportunities. Today the world is wide, and especially the internet has opened up several possibilities. Construction industry until very recently was a very very slow moving, progress was very little. The same type of construction contracting was done. Cement, bricks, அதை வச்சு தான் வீடு கட்டுவாங்க. கான்கிரீட் ஒன்று வந்தது, இவ்வளவுதான் ஃபைனல் இனோவேஷன். அந்த கான்கிரீட்ல கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட், கொஞ்சம் ஸ்லோலி there was expansion. So there was no disruptive change. Whereas now the advent of digital technology has even disrupted the construction industry. We will come to that later. Now the world is giving, because that opens up, your boundaries are opened up. Whatever solutions you give, you can reach out to the entire world through your processes, through your solutions. You can reach out to the whole world, and you can do. There is so much the world is offering, of course. But India la vandu innonu edutukonga, to be an entrepreneur, it is still, though they talk about no ease of doing business, still in the work construction industry like India was ranking like 180 in the last year. That's the rank. Probably ipo konjam improve pannittu varanga, but we are in the very bottom end of the ease of doing business still, especially in the construction industry. So one more mindset you must have is, I told you, you must must be willing to go through the grind of the system. So you must have the determination to withstand all kinds of trials and tribulations and succeed. அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு டிரைவ் இருக்கணும். இது எனக்கு பேஷன் இருக்கணும். சும்மா நானும் ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினர் ஆயிடுறேன், நானும் ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ஆரம்பிச்சிடுறேன், எனக்கு ஆசையா இருக்கு, ஏன்னா ஐயா எல்லாம் இவங்களாம் ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க, நல்லா சம்பாதிச்சிட்டாங்க, ஐ ஆல்சோ வாண்ட் டு earn. No, I have a great idea. I love this way. I want to do this. I can do this much better than what others have been doing. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு passion, ஒரு drive, ஒரு desire to make a difference and to benefit the society. Objective இன்னொன்று இருக்கணும். இந்த நான் வரலன்னா இந்த இந்த மேட்டர் வந்து இவ்வளவு நல்லா நடக்காது, இவ்வளவு பிரமாதமா நடந்திருக்காது. நான் வந்து ஐ கேன் மேக் எ டிஃபரன்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு உந்துதல் that has to be there within you. And the idea has to germinate in you. I'll tell you. வந்து என்னன்னா, do you please search for that. The idea has to germinate in you. It has to grow within you. ஒரு எந்த வேணா தாட் இருக்கலாம். The thought can come right now. காலேஜில் படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கிற போது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர், செகண்ட் இயர், தேர்ட் இயர்லேயே கூட இந்த தாட் வரலாம், ஒரு ஐடியா வரலாம். Or after you finish your engineering, you may get that idea. Or maybe much later in your life. It can come later. It can come at any time. But you will have to keep looking for it. Is there anything which is coming, which is passionate, which is growing in? It has to grow in you. It is just not its appearance. It's not germinating. It's just not coming. It's also growing. It keeps growing in you. Then the way you become will be much different, much bigger, much better than what you otherwise can become. I can tell you my own example. This company Naveen's was founded by me 31 years back. I did not form this straight out of my college. When I was studying in my college, I never thought I will start a business. I had no clue. Upper focus on I have to study well, I'll have to get good marks, and I'll have to be the best, top student in the class. I must score well. In fact, I took civil engineering because my father said, there is only for civil engineers only, there is dearth, you will get a job. What was dearth? TWAT board was taking civil engineers, even if they don't finish arrears, they gave them 400 rupees சம்பளம் கொடுத்து அவங்களுக்கு வேலை கொடுத்தாங்க. Junior engineer, they will take arrears வச்சிருந்தா கூட. So because they were expanding, TWAT board was expanding, so they were recruiting people. So I took civil engineering. I had no idea what I wanted to become. I joined TWAT board. In fact, I finished my BE, I finished ME and then joined. So I had no clue. Let me tell you, there was no design plan that I will become an entrepreneur. I had no idea. I completed my BE, completed my ME also. I did it in College of Engineering, Guindy. Why? Because I found that urban engineering was unique. I have not heard of that when I was doing my BE. I know structural engineering, environmental engineering, all that, soil mechanics, all that I knew. But I never knew there is one thing called urban engineering that enticed me. I joined the course on urban engineering. There was no reason. I was working for some time even in the College of Engineering as associate lecturer, Guindy. I then joined, I was in TWAT board first, before even College of Engineering, before College of Engineering Guindy, I was in TWAT board. Because at that time they recruited everybody, every civil engineer was recruited by TWAT board. I was there for some time and I joined College of Engineering. Then I went to CMDA. That was my dream because when I studied urban engineering, going to CMDA was my dream. I was working in CMDA for 14 years. So that idea did not germinate in me, did not originate in me until then. In CMDA, when I was in charge of enforcement was to curb unauthorized constructions and deviated constructions. And I was given a job to pull down those violated buildings, violated portions of the buildings. When I was doing this job, people used to cry. I used to watch this happening. Their investment is going down the drain because the CMDA is demolishing. The builder has violated the rules and built. I used to wonder, why should the builder violate? The rules are the same for everybody. Why is this builder violating rules and why is he building in violation? And finally, he is not building for himself, he is building for the common public. They are paying for it. And why do they build something which is violation and then sell it to these people? So this was the question which was coming in me. And people used to come and complain. This bill, I used to get complaints because I was in charge of the enforcement. I used to get complaints from people saying that this building is in violation, and he did not reveal this to us. Or they will come and say he said he will give me car parking, he has not given me. Or they will come and say the title is not okay. Or they say the quality. They will give quite a bit of complaints will come to me. They'll say, no, this is temple land and the builder is building. All kinds of complaints used to come. So I used to call the builders and talk to them. Why are you violating rules and regulations? Finally, it's the people, buyers who are suffering. The rules are the same for everybody. Whether whether Gavaskar or Tendulkar or you are only Venkatesh Prasad. LBW is LBW. All of you are out. So the rule is the same for everyone. When the rule is the same, why are you not following rules? This is a question I used to ask. They will say, sir, it is easy to ask the question sitting on the other side of the desk. Only when you come to the field, you will know. It's not possible. Your rules are very stringent. If you follow your rule, we can't make money in this business. The rules are easy for you to write down because you are sitting in the desk and you are writing rules. CMD is writing rules. But only when in the practical field, if you follow the rules, we cannot make money. And business is, finally, we have to make money to survive. So without making money, there is no meaning in running any business. So they used to tell me, you cannot make money if you follow rules. I used to wonder, what is this? How can this be? The rules are the same for everyone. And if everyone follows the rule, there should be no issue. Only when some people do not follow rules, it causes problem. So is it not possible to follow all rules and build buildings according to the CMD rules and CMD approved plan? This was a question which used to agitate in me. And when people complain, the builder has let me down. He promised me that, he didn't do. He promised this and he did something else. All kinds of, this also used to ask them, call them and ask them, why are you doing this? They used to tell me, sir, business means there is some amount of cheating will be there, sir. If you don't 100%, if you are very, very honest, you can't make money. There is some element of cheating, something that's a negative solution, sir. Business sir. So another question which started haunting me was, is it true? Is it that without cheating you can't do business? Without you say what you say and what you do. If you exactly say and do what you say, is it not possible to do business that way? Is it not be honest and be transparent with the customer and still do business? These two questions were agitating in me. But because this was happening repeatedly, so this started growing in me. I told you, the idea has to get formed in you. When it can form, it formed in me after 10, 12 years in CMDA. After my studies, it came to me at that point of time. I'm telling those things, you understand what can happen, from my life experience, you will learn. So that grew in me. It was not letting me sleep. I used to get dreams of that. I used to think, is it not possible to follow rules and still make successful business in real estate? Is it not possible to not cheat anybody, tell the truth, be honest and genuine, and still make money and then still be a successful real estate business? These questions it started haunting me. That is how the idea will grow within you. It will grow in size. It will not let you leave. It will make you act. Then I was wondering what to do. So I could not bear Naveen's was born. This company was formed. I left my job, started doing Naveen's only with the purpose of, let me follow all these things and let me try. By God's grace, we have completed 31 years and still going strong. And I have created an ecosystem and everybody in my organization believes in these principles. So if you really analyze these things, the reason for starting this was not I will make more money. I was not even aware. I was getting my salary. I was living a happy life. Good salary. I was a deputy planner at that time, 31 years back. So good position in life. In fact, a lot of respect. We used to handle World Bank projects. In fact, a lot of pride was involved those days. I was in charge of that CMDA towers. I was the deputy planner in charge of that Thalamuthu Nadarajan Maligai. My name is still there. They put my name. I am so proud. Whenever I go to that building, I still see my name. It is there. It'll outlive me. So much pride I had. So there was no reason except this thought which was agitating in me that I should start my own business. So why I am saying now, why I am saying this? Because the purpose was not ultimately, did I make money? If I don't make money, this business cannot continue, right? This will not survive. So once you start a business, you will have to survive and you will have to grow. For that, you will have to make profit. But objective is you cannot start a business solely with the objective of making money. Money is incidental. It will come to you. You must make a difference in the society. See, what I thought, I should give homes to people. They must be able to trust the builder. What is said and what is promised will be delivered. That confidence. And what it will be as per approved plan. So there will not be any action by CMDA for demolition. They will not have any headaches. They can live peacefully. The quality of the home will be as promised. It will be good. It will be, in fact, we took a policy that we should always do better than what we promise. That is internal policy. So that we never let down our customers. So there was a solution for the people. There was a benefit for the people by this startup. So these are the things you must think in your own mind. Do I have any such passion which is making me really work? I want to do this. I want to make a difference to this world. I want to make a difference to this society. I want to do something which is different from what is already happening, which is better than what is already happening. So this is, and then your ethics in business, very, very important. You must be, this is what, because my business is founded on the principles of ethics. What is integrity? Integrity, they used the word very loosely. I'll tell you what is integrity is, what do you feel in your mind, in your heart? What do you feel? What do you think? What do you say? And what do you do? Shall all be in congruence. What do you feel? What do you think? What do you say? And what do you do? Shall all be in congruence. My father used to tell me, உள்ளொன்று வைத்து புறமொன்று பேசுவார் உறவு கலவாமை வேண்டும். What do you think? உள்ளொன்று வைத்து புறமொன்று, நீ பேசாதேன்னு கூட சொல்லல, அந்த மாதிரி பேசுறவங்களோட உறவே வச்சுக்காதேங்கிறார். Don't even have any relationship with such people, because that will get, அது உனக்கு வந்துரும். So அந்த மாதிரி உறவே இல்லாம இருக்கணும். நீ அந்த அளவுக்கு you must be அந்த ethical practices. Any startup, any entrepreneur, I would advise you to be ethical, because money coming in the right way will be very, very useful to you. And it will be very satisfying. Night போய் நிம்மதியா தூங்கலாம். So startup nuடைய purpose வந்து money making is not the objective. It is one of the byproducts. Objective is we are making a difference to the society. We are contributing something to the country, come to the nation, to the world, for the humanity. அந்த ஒரு drive and desire இதெல்லாம் இருக்கணும். And few other things, if you want to be take into your startup, start a business, think global. Don't think some neighborhood kirana, some business. Don't think India le periya weakness adu. Only when I went to Harvard, I learned how to think global. They all think in a global scale. India, future of India depends on all of you. Entrepreneurship abdina, you must go to US and see. that's the most fertile soil for entrepreneurship. I'm not telling you, you go. In India, you should all create such fertile environment. In the future, it will come. It's all changing and it will change. US is also like this. Torn, strife torn, angiyam the corruption, all those things were there long back. They have grown into a nice society. Entrepreneurship வந்து fertile soil இருக்கும் அங்க. என்னன்னா அது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். அது அங்க வந்து everybody wants to become. நான் காலேஜில் படிக்கிற போதே entrepreneur ஆயிடலாம். இங்க வந்து it's so slowly coming. And what has driven this change? அப்பெல்லாம் pharma அதுல தான் பெரிய ரிசர்ச் எல்லாம். இப்போ வந்து the advent of internet has changed the world completely. Civil engineering, which has remained dormant without much change for hundreds of years. அதே தான் கான்ட்ராக்ட், கான்கிரீட், ஜல்லி, இதே very little change. நான் வந்து what I have seen in 1970s-க்கும் 90s, late 90s வரைக்கும் ஒன்றும் பெரிய சேஞ்ச் இல்லை. இந்த 2000ல இருந்து வந்த disruptive changes in construction, அதுவும் இப்போ இன்னும் tremendous changes have come into the construction field. So you must be innovative. You can't just be think on a beaten track அதிலேயே போகலாம். ஆனா இன்னோவேட்டிவா இருந்தா you will be able to succeed much better. And one other important understanding you should have is, for an entrepreneur, business entrepreneurship, if you want to succeed in business entrepreneurship, you must have a financial sense and discipline. Very, very important. Do you have numbers? வந்து எனக்கு புரியவே சார் அப்படின்னா ஸ்ட்ரகிள் பண்ணுவீங்க. You must have somebody who understands numbers in your team. அவங்கள சேர்த்துக்கணும். You must understand numbers. Financial discipline இருக்கணும். ஏன்னா எங்க priority, பணம் வரும்போது அது எங்க போறதுன்னு தெரியாது. How are we spending? See, I'll tell you, Naveen's touchwood 31 years, we are not defaulted on a single loan payment or a single loan interest payment or a single installment. 31 years. We have been so meticulous. We have not delayed payments for the contractors. We have never delayed payments for the vendors. All delivered on time. All this is possible only when you have a financial discipline. So please remember this. Do I have financial discipline is a question you should ask. Do you have the drive? Do I have an idea? Do I have the drive? Do I have this desire to hang on and wait for success? It's not easy. Success will not come overnight. Your entrepreneurship, especially startups, will take time to bloom. It will take probably 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe more. In fact, we have a startup, online education startup, Intrain Education Technologies, which I co-founded with a friend of mine. Now it's 10 years, more than 10 years. Just now, it's breaking. So sometimes it is tough work. So unless you have that passion, what you are doing, you will find it difficult. So please see all these boxes and tick all these boxes before you start. What can you do in construction sector? There is so much you can do. There is so much. I'll tell you, traditionally you have contracts. All construction in construction sector, first thing anybody wants, easy first end point is thinking of becoming a contractor. கான்ட்ராக்டர்லயே வந்து எவ்வளவோ விதமான கான்ட்ராக்ட் எடுக்கலாம். சிவில் கான்ட்ராக்ட், வெறும் ஸ்ட்ரக்சரல் கான்ட்ராக்ட். சிவில் கான்ட்ராக்ட்லயே ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் மட்டும் கட்டி தருவோம், வெறும் பிரிக் ஒர்க் மட்டும். ஸோ பிரிக் ஒர்க், பிளாஸ்டிங், அதெல்லாம் ஃபினிஷிங் கான்ட்ராக்டர்ஸ் தனியாக போயிடுறாங்க. ஸோ அதுலேயே பைஃபர்கேஷன், ட்ரைஃபர்கேஷன். சிவில் கான்ட்ராக்ட், எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் அலோன் யூ கேன் டேக் அஸ் அ கான்ட்ராக்ட், which is your idea, which is your plumbing. You can do roads and bridges, you can do steel structures. I tell you, there is good scope. அது வந்து வளரவே இல்லை. steel it can be recycled, it can be reused. Or building demolition debris in fact, I'll come to that. Green buildings, I'll come to that. Demolition debris is a huge problem. Environmental degradation. Steel structures is a very nice solution. So I think very little, ரொம்ப நாளா எடுத்து நம்ம ஊர்ல steel structure except industries, nobody is using steel structures. I think people can look at taking that as innovative methods you can find, and then try to do steel buildings, even commercial buildings, because I'll tell you, the buildings do not last. Those buildings are built to last. Let me have my coffee. I think you will bear with me, because my throat is little getting rough. So, see, office buildings, our buildings, even residential buildings which we build, they last long. They are very good. They can stand for 50 years. But I find housing board flats you find which are built in 80s, 70s, 80s, they are getting demolished and rebuilt. So they are not living really their full life. Commercial buildings, 20 years, I am seeing buildings which are houses, independent houses which are 20 years old, they are getting demolished and rebuilt. So the rebuild, அந்த மாதிரி வரும்பொழுது, when you want to dismantle and redo, you can use steel. So that's one opportunity which is unexplored, which is not really exploited, is one, steel structure. Similarly, underground drainage works, it can be separate. You can do foundations, special, somebody can specialize. See, it's all your desire, your exposure, probably where you are. See, what I am telling you is, when I said the idea is to germinate in you, it can germinate any point of time in your life. So don't jump that I should start today. If you have an idea or a passion, today you start. In any time in future in your life, it will come. When you do your work, you maybe, if you are not, don't have any such idea, nothing, you probably take up a job on the subject you love. Somebody may love architecture. I mean, you are an architect, you love interior design. You may love. Somebody may love only heritage buildings. Somebody will be a minimalistic architect. Somebody will have like town planning. So even as an architect, your desire levels will be very different. And somebody would like to construct even as an architect. So it all depends on what is the passion, what is your idea. Go in that direction. What will take you? You go in the direction. You join an architectural firm or interior firm. If your interior is your focus area, learn. And as you do know, this idea will start growing in you. Learn get some experience also. Startup need not be done tomorrow. It can be done a little later, like what I did. So the timing is when the idea has grown in you. That is the time you need to start. So don't be in a hurry, but find out the passion, find out the big idea, find out what is growing within you. So these are all several things, like you can be a shoring contractor. So you can be painting, you can take up works, railways, ports, airports. There are several kinds of contracts. In fact, எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரு contractor ஹைதராபாத்ல, he only did in Hyderabad when there was a boom, when IT boom happened, a lot of IT buildings were built. He only entered as a screed contractor. His job was, he was only doing screed concreting. அதுக்கு அவங்க அப்ப அந்த சமயத்துல there was a need, because all offices were delivered with screed, which they can cut and lay pipes and then put tiles later on. All A-grade office buildings were finished with screed concrete for the flooring. So there was a need for screed concreting. He specialized only in screed concreting, and he has done several buildings, including Infosys, Microsoft, so many big international companies. For me, he became a screed contractor. Today, he is one of the leading contractors. So there must be, where is the gap? Where is the need? Where can we provide a solution? That is, and do I have a passion for it? That is what you should look for when you take up such what kind of contracts. And again, there are a lot of new emerging opportunities. I'll tell you, building maintenance. is a new, which is because now large buildings are coming. Now professional management is required. Facilities management, that's what they call facilities management. Building maintenance is an option. Interior works, now that's a special subject. So interior contractors are growing. Why? Waterproofing by itself is a separate, you can be an expert because you develop your own skill, you develop your own differentiation, you bring in your own innovative ideas, do it better, then you will be able to contribute. So that is one. Retrofitting, which is not yet grown much in India. It's a big business across the world. Retrofitting of old buildings. Probably they keep the facade. The old buildings in major Western European towns, they're all getting converted. Probably the residential building it would have been. Now they retrofit into an office space, a beautiful office space in the middle of London, Paris, Manhattan, everywhere. Retrofitting is a big subject. You can do consultancy. You can be a structural consultant. You can be, if you're an architect, you can be an architectural consultant. Now another thing which is now coming is project management consultant. You can be a PMC consultant. Quantity survey. Now everything is getting separated. Those days, everything was done by the same contractor or same architect. Now everything is segregated. An architect, he engages a PMC, he engages a structural consultant, he engages a plumbing consultant, he engages a quantity surveyor. So there are so many opportunities. So if your passion is in numbers, you are a very passionate person, you will sit down. Of course, there are softwares now coming, so everything is made easy. You can be a quantity surveyor. Land survey. There are specialists who only come measure the land, make a topo sketch, survey sketch and give you. So surveying alone can be an opportunity. Now, environmental consultants, cost consultant. Now, project costing, that is becoming no separate area where there are cost consultants. They evaluate the tender and then they compare the costs and then say what is that. So then there are plumbing and sanitary consultants and soil mechanics, geotechnical, foundation, all kinds of, there are so many sub-components where you can, where is your passion is what you need to find and you can take up. You can also get into supplying like RMC, manufacturing and supplying for RMC, several other materials also. Now, more importantly, there is one thing I want to now tell. The technology is now evolving. These are all actually more traditional. Whatever I have said, some of them are traditional, some of them are recent. But there are disruptive changes which are happening even in construction engineering. Bear with me for this gap. Sorry. There are disruptive changes which are happening in construction, civil engineering, architecture, everywhere. Of course, architecture people are already aware. They are using software, AutoCAD, much bigger things have come. Now, BIM, Building Information Modeling, is the latest trend. Robotics. See, these are all called construtech. Now, the latest trends or the disruptive changes that have come due to digital technology. Oh, I'm just listing out a few. They are called construtech. I mean, there's a name given that, construtech. Robotics. No, robots are used in construction. Robotics is an emerging field. In civil engineering, yes, this can be applied. Augmented reality, which you are already aware, you've seen that use. Artificial intelligence. Building information modeling. Then Big data. So artificial intelligence and big data, you know, gather information, you know, and process it. So data-driven decision making. These are all, a lot of soft skills are getting involved. Digitization is getting involved. So civil engineering is, you can't just like us when we studied civil engineering. Computer was a final year subject, that too analog computer, digital computer, and that's all. Very little. I used to know there was some programming called Fortran, COBOL, and all that. That was the only exposure we had in those days. Today, a civil engineer cannot shy away from this digital learning. He has to be an expert in all these things also, because there are a lot of avenues. You can join hands with software engineers and then create solutions in all these fields. Then 3D printing. Today, buildings are built using 3D printing. It's of course emerging technology. Some buildings have already been built. It has not come in a big way, but that is the future. Smart materials. I'll tell you, photovoltaic glazing for office buildings, commercial buildings. We do glazing. See, glazing itself is after 2005 only we all learned, those buildings which we are building, which we call A-grade office spaces. No, we do glazing. Before that, we used to have only brick walls and windows. Completely glazed buildings started appearing from 2005. Now what they are doing, using photovoltaic cells as part of the glazing, they generate electricity for running the whole building. That's a new material. And there are also electric cells which are laid on the road, where they find areas where the vehicles accelerate or decelerate. In those areas, there's change in velocity. They try to capture wherever they apply brake. That is collected, and then electricity is getting generated through such cells. So there are a lot of smart materials which are coming. In fact, nanotechnology. They are making self-cleaning buildings. Buildings will clean themselves using nano particles on the surface. So nanotechnology is another thing. All these things are great scopes. It offers great scopes for you to, because your intelligence and you are all later models. Nangala old models. I'm a 54 model. A lot of cars are changed. Now the latest model computers, latest model cars can do much better wonder. So your all latest models, your brain development is far greater, and you can take it forward. Again, I'm saying, don't think locally, think globally. What is happening? See, I'll tell you, Internet of Things, IoT. Today, in fact, even Naveens, we are using these so much. Our Star Towers, we call them, they are smart homes. You can control the lock wherever you are from the mobile phone, wherever in whatever part of the world you are, you can operate your main door lock. You can operate, of course, you can operate your lights, fans, switches, everything using your mobile control. You can have safety systems through Internet of Things is doing so many things today. They just change the way we live. So that is also part of construction. They are all getting into construction. Use of drones for delivering materials at particular points, or taking pictures or collecting data from different locations. These are all various options which are available, which are thrown open by the digital technology. And more importantly, I should, without saying this, I cannot conclude. I'll tell you, today, the trend is green buildings. The carbon emission the world is facing is disastrous. The global warming, all of us are aware. It is making species extinct. The sea levels are rising. It's causing we don't even realize how much of damage this can cause. So the carbon emissions have to be controlled. And they found nearly more than 20% of the carbon emissions, much more than what automobiles cost. We think automobiles cost a lot of greenhouse gas emissions, but buildings are emitting much more than all the automobiles put together in this world, and they are one of the biggest concerns. So the buildings in future have to be green buildings. Most of us in the past have not studied this. This is a great opportunity. In fact, green certification is now a must. These are all the future of building industry is in green buildings. You develop expertise in green buildings, acquire knowledge. You develop products which, in fact, I went to Hyderabad. We were given the we were by the Indian Green Building Council. Naveens was given the award as the green champion in the country for residential buildings, because we have the largest number of green footprint in residential buildings in the country, which was news to us. We didn't know, because we apply every time and they are giving the certificate. They have the data. They said we have the largest footprint of residential green buildings in the country. It's a responsibility making green buildings. It gives you a great opportunity, because actually you are doing not only helping people, you are also helping the environment. You are helping the world as such by making green buildings, by making green building practices, and then innovating on green building products, the paints used, the air conditioning, the efficiency, water recycling, sewage treatment, everything. I found a lot of innovations happening in green technology, in green buildings. That's a great area for all of you to explore. And I'll tell you on the soft side, even on the digital technology, I'll tell you certain names which you can think of, which you can try to do better than this. Habex is one software. It's I think European, London, it's in UK. This is what this Habex is helping is people to match. It's matching customer expectations with real estate projects. So the customers can go and search what is the type of house I want, what is the estimate I have, what is the location I'm looking for, what is the number of bedrooms, all that he can express his expectation, and then it will, from the available real estate projects, it will do a search and then give him which will suit his needs, more or less. So they have developed a software for this. So there is scope. We can do such things, because real estate market is growing. QFlow is another software where it assesses environmental risks. I talked about green buildings. Today, the green norms are becoming stringent. You have the government taking interest, and environmental risks have to be ascertained. And there are compliances, environmental compliances. You must have only these kind of emissions, these kind of norms. So there is a software, QFlow, which helps you measure those environmental risks and also know how to fulfill your compliances. Then there is one software. I'm just saying some of the examples. See, these are all. I'm only trying to touch upon something. You simply, what you need to do is go into the internet. You search for yourself. What are all the opportunities available? What is happening elsewhere in the world? We are all old timers. You are all youngsters. You are very, very adept with the technology. Go into the internet. Look for, you just key in what are the startup opportunities in construction industry. I am not, who am I to talk to you and tell? I only wanted to give you an orientation to test yourself whether you are ready to do a startup. It's an attitude. And then your orientation, your mental thinking, that process has to be strong. What opportunities you have, I don't have to teach you today. You just log in, search, whatever is your idea, search. You will get number of who has already done similar work. Where is the startup? What is that they are doing? What is the work? What is that you can do? You will get numerous ideas by searching the web. So this small space maker, this is a software. It helps town planners, municipalities, and town planning architects to gives alternative plans, layout plans, so that they can select the best and highest density can be achieved, because today the urban population is exploding. So there are software which are already developed. Bob Trade is another software. Bob Trade. What it does, it gives material supply. See what happens, whoever wants to buy, it gives an option of more than 1 lakh of products from different locations. You can compare prices by different manufacturers. And what is the time of delivery? Where is this? What is the quality of the product? What is that? What is the rating given by people who are used? You can buy, you can search through this software. You can select and buy materials for your. This is already done. Somebody has done it. And then there is another example is structure. STRUK, structure. What is this software? It does. House owners can create idea boards using Pinterest. So house owners can interact with the interior decorators and the contractors in house design, how they want their house to be. You can know from Pinterest, you can idea boards you can generate and give it to them. You can interact with them, so they will generate. So there is a software for this. So these are all some of the examples. The world is wide. Construction is no more a small old type of concreting brickwork. The world is wide. Your imagination, there is no limit to your imagination. So there is no limit to entrepreneurship and new ideas in construction field. So please go into the, I refrained from talking too much on what are all the options available, because all that is available online. Just go Google and you will get hundreds of ideas. But follow your passion, follow your heart. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? Is there some desire in you, some idea in you, some solution for a problem which you have found in you? Every success, Airbnb, one of the global successes in startups, Airbnb. It was started by two friends. They were not successful. They were trying hard to make a living. And they started some campaigning, political campaigning, and they had to go from place to place. And they were doing, but what they found, wherever they go, they did not have too much money, so they can't afford hotels. They are struggling to find a place to stay wherever they went. So they were making some money through political campaigning, which they were helping. And they did not know where to go and stay. It was a big struggle. So whatever money they made, that is one side. From that they were able to make a living. But it gave them a great idea. Oh God, like me, everybody will be struggling who cannot afford a hotel. Will be struggling if he goes to another. நம்ம ஊர் மாதிரி விருந்தோம்பல் சொந்தக்காரங்க வீட்டுக்கு போறது அப்படிங்கிறதுலாம் அங்க வந்து யுஎஸ்ல ரொம்ப கம்மி. அது வந்து they were struggling to find an accommodation at a very reasonable cost. This thought got triggered in them. It got triggered in them and it grew. The more and more they experienced this difficulty, it grew in them. And that is how Airbnb got formed. So it's just an idea. It's all inspirations for you to draw from. Don't copy any of these things. All the best. I hope many of you would emerge as future entrepreneurs with your own startups and bring glory to this country and bring great ideas to the benefit of the humanity. Now I am open to any questions Is this okay? Can I wind up and open for questions now? Hello.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, dear students, if you have any doubts, the winner kindly ask. ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. ஸோ ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் போஸ்ட் பண்ணுறேன், வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா நீங்கள் கேட்கலாம்.
Or any questions, doubts மட்டும் இல்ல, any questions they have, anything they think I should talk about, or no, any clarity they want, or any additional information which they think I should talk on.
Nikonov. யார் கேட்டா? இதா ஓகே, இதுக்கு இதுடா. அதே ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் எதுவுமே இல்லையா? கொஸ்டின்ஸே இல்லையா உங்களுக்கு? ஏன்னா நீங்கள் வந்து சிவில் பசங்க. ஸோ சார் வந்து சிவில் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் ரொம்ப நாளாக இருக்காங்க. ஸோ நவீன் குரூப்ஸு ஒரு சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் ஒரு கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் கம்பெனி. ஸோ சார் நிறையா ப்ராக்டிக்கல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஸோ உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா உங்கள் ஃபீல்டில், நாட் ஓன்லி ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஷிப்பில் இல்லை, ஸோ ஜென்ரலாக உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின் தவிர நீங்கள் கேட்கலாம்.
எவ்வளவு பேர் இருக்காங்க லைவா?
நம்ம ஜூம்ல ஒரு 14 பேர் இருக்காங்க சார். அப்புறம் யூடியூப்ல கொஞ்சம் பேர் இருக்காங்க சார். யூடியூப்ல ஒரு 20 மெம்பர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க.
பார்த்தேன் பழசு வந்து இதெல்லாம் ஒரு 200 பேர் 250 பேர் அந்த மாதிரி பார்த்துருக்காங்க வியூவர்ஸ்.
ஆமாம் சார், அது கிட்டத்தட்ட நிறைய பேர் வருவாங்க சார். இப்போ வந்து எல்லாருக்கும் வந்து இந்த கிளாஸ் எக்ஸாம்ஸ்னு பசங்க ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க சார். ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் வச்சுட்டு கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. அதனால கவுண்ட் இன்னைக்கு கம்மியா இருக்கு. இல்லைன்னா கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 200 இருப்பாங்க. அதனால நாங்கள் வந்து யூடியூப்பே போகிறது. ஸோ ஜூமில் 100, அதுக்கப்புறம் மற்றவங்களாம் வந்து யூடியூப் பார்ப்பாங்க. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு வந்து கவுண்ட் கம்மி.
இல்லை, இந்த சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங்கில் வந்து ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஷிப், அதாவது இதில் இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஐடியில் இருக்கிற மாதிரி இதில் கம்மியாக இருக்கா ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஷிப் டிரைவ் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்?
இல்லை சார், பசங்களுக்கு ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் தான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். பார்க்கலாம் வராங்க. ஸோ ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின்ஸ் தான் கேட்கலாம். நம்ம வந்து சாரோட டைம் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸோ உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின் தான் கேளுங்க, இல்லை நம்ம செஷன் வைண்ட் அப் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் வந்து நான் சேட்டில் போட்டிருக்கேன். ஓகே, அதுக்கு முன்னாடி உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருந்தால் நீங்கள் சார் நீங்களே வந்து அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு பேசுங்க. ஓகேவா? சர்மிளா, பூவிகுமார், கல்யாணராமன்லாம் இருக்கீங்க இல்லையா? யாருக்குமே எந்த டவுட் இல்லையா? கொஸ்டின்ஸே இல்லையா? வெரி குட்.
ரெண்டுல ஒண்ணுதான் அர்த்தம். ஒண்ணுமே புரியல அர்த்தம், இல்லைன்னா
எல்லாமே புரிஞ்சுட்டு அர்த்தம். எஸ் எஸ் எஸ்.
ஸோ ஓகே
ஓகே சார், தேங்க்யூ சார், தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Yes, students. So kindly fill the feedback form. Then you can leave.